So what are the physical signs of confidence? How does it look? Because we can fake it till we make it. There's a big difference between slumping over, between shoulders hunched, smaller than you are, kind of cowering, looking at the floor, versus shoulders spread wide, clavicles spread, head up, chin up, eyes forward. So these are the physical signs of confidence. It's like a I'm taking on the world sort of posturing. We walk with wide steps, not timid, little teeny tiny steps. We walk with wide steps. We're allowed to take up space. Confidence shows up physically in strong hygiene and personal grooming. I don't care who you sleep with, but I think any of us can see a well-groomed, sharply dressed, sharply manicured man or woman and just think, damn, they look good, right? There's something that exudes confidence about that. They invest in themselves. And wow, does that make their confidence grow? Holding hands loosely behind the back, that's like I'm not threatened, right? I can leisurely walk. When I read that, I think of the royals in the UK because my mind immediately can picture footage of them that I've just picked up over the years where that's how they walk. Their arms behind their back as they stroll their gardens, unbothered, confident, feeling safe and secure. A confident person knows that they belong. Doesn't mean they're obnoxiously getting into somebody else's space, but it's as if they operate from this place of knowing that they're valuable enough to take up space. Therefore, they do. They approach people with ease, right? Yeah, there's an easy confidence to that. What's it feel like to feel confident on the inside? Now, if you struggle with confidence, I want you to think about that before I go further. Really think with your mind and then let your body feel. What does it feel like to exude confidence, to live and act from a confident place inside of you? I find this to be true. The more confident I am when I'm leading a group, the less my muscles tense. So relaxed muscles. Easy breaths, right? We're not laborious in our breath like we've just, run up the hill. Our heart's not beating fast from anxiety. We have a lightness, an ease, a flowiness in the chest. We're not tight, we're not constricted, we're open in our posturing. A sense of calm and ease. Hello, welcome to Emotional Badass, where Moxie meets mindful. I'm your host, Nikki Eisenhower, life coach and psychotherapist. And on today's episode, we're discussing confidence and we're using the Emotion Thesaurus. All right, y'all. If you've been a long-term listener, then you know this book. This is one of my favorites. It is the Emotion Thesaurus. It's a writer's guide to character expression. The authors are Angela Ackerman and Becca Puglisi. I think I'm saying those correctly. We have done more episodes than I can count from this book. I love learning about ourselves, life, how we relate, our emotions, through things that have nothing to do with mental health. This is a writer's guide. This is how do we get characters to express. So it's a beautiful, non-threatening, easy way to learn more about emotion. Because I don't know about you, but I don't remember getting any classes on any human emotions all of my development. None of us have. So we get to learn and it's kind of fun. So we're going to go over confidence today. So the definition is having faith in one's own influence and ability. So that's really important in confidence building for highly sensitive people because we are 15 to 20% of the population. That means we have gotten feedback, comments, advice, observations, interactions with more people who are not wired like us. 80 to 85% of the people out there are not wired like us. They don't move through life like us. They don't think like us. That has knocked our confidence because we have often felt and or been told that we're wrong or we're feeling too much or we shouldn't be thinking and feeling what we're thinking and feeling. That has really shaken our confidence. So healing is coming back to having faith in one's own influence and ability. You've heard me say it. You are your own authority figure. Every betrayal abuse that we could experience, every traumatic human to human thing is an overpowering, right? It takes away your choice to be empowered. If you could be empowered, you would not be in that abusive moment. So healing is coming back to, I am my own authority figure. I say yes to what I need to say yes to. I say no to what I need to say no to. And I am allowed to walk my one precious life, taking care of myself that way. That's a confidence. We can see it. We can sense it. We can even feel it when it comes into the room with us. A gleam in one's eye, an inner light. Yeah, confidence is a spark. We can see it coming out of the eyes. There's a smiling, a playful grin. So confidence maybe isn't overly serious. Is that what this suggests? There's a playfulness and easiness when we're confident. Winking or giving someone an easy nod. Right? When you're feeling good out in the world, strutting your stuff, walking around, you make eye contact with somebody, you do that head nod. That's a confident, hey, I see you over there, brother or sister. Hello, other humans sharing life today. We can connect with each other when we feel confident. Much harder when we don't. Appearing relaxed, drumming fingers against the leg, humming. To me, that sounds like grooving. Like you're just feeling yourself. You're feeling the day. You're not letting anxieties or worries consume you. You're taking up space, right? A confident person knows that they belong. They're allowed to take up space. So legs spread wide, arms loose at their sides, doesn't mean they're obnoxiously getting into somebody else's space. But it's as if they operate from this place of knowing that they're valuable enough to take up space. Therefore, they do. They approach people with ease. All right? Yeah, there's an easy confidence to that. Hi, like asking directions. Hello, to give a compliment. They feel, I'm going to say, entitled in a good way to approach people with ease. Did you know that we started as a podcast? Go find Emotional Badass, the podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Help us help you by clicking that like and subscribe button on this episode and on Emotional Badass. Arms swing while walking. We're not overly stiff when we're confident. We're choosing the middle and not the sides, be it in a couch or a room. Ooh, I bet highly sensitive people will resonate with that when you're trying to hide. I'm picturing big hotel lobby. I'm picturing work conference. Do you choose the middle of the sofa, the middle of the table? Or do you sort of hide out and crouch at the end of the table? Hug the corner of the sofa so less people can sit by you. Here's another confident physical signal. Using exaggerated movements to draw attention to oneself. I don't know about that one for confidence. I would say it's more like their aura draws attention to oneself than exaggerated movements, but up for argument. How about a booming laugh? Yeah, they don't shrink. They express without holding back. Tilted back head, speaking boisterously, offering witty commentary, right? They're not scared of offending someone with their words. They let them flow. Giving a half shrug or a grin that conveys secret knowledge. Maybe that's a little coy in that playfulness. Okay, keeping them guessing. Maybe it's even a little confidence burlesque with your clothes on when you let that little smile or that winky wink kind of peek out. There's a lighthearted teasing, maybe even a flirting. Certainly, I don't think you can flirt unless it's coming from confidence or not very well. A strong handshake, that most definitely communicates confidence, right? That's not just in how you're walking or how you're approaching somebody. That's in actually feeling another person. And you can shake in a way that is soft and weak or strong and confident. Leaning back in a chair, hands behind the head. Yep, like I own the room. Easygoing manner. Stretching. I think that shows an unbotheredness. Showing comfort in the close proximity of others. I don't think we can be truly fully confident when we're anxious in our heads. So I think showing comfort in the close proximity of others is really maybe expressing what we can express when we're not lost in the head with anxiety. We initiate contact, can have eye contact, telling jokes, adding to or steering a conversation. That's a biggie. How many of you, as highly sensitive people, will shrink back as if it's rude maybe to steer the conversation? What if you acted as if, and the next time you didn't like where the conversation was going, you took a deep breath and confidently steered it in a direction where you'd like to go, trusting that somebody else could steer it another direction a moment later, and that's okay. Let's see. We might host events when we feel confident. Yep. I do think confidence and extroversion really look like they go together. It may be more nuanced for us to consider confidence and introversion and how that might express. I think extroverts have more comfortability addressing a room. I think courage and confidence for an introvert may be more like challenging oneself to approach one person at a time. That's where we shine. Patternscapes are a tool that I have created from my artistic expression and from my 20 years as a trauma therapist. The questions I've gotten asked the most are, how do I discover who I am? How do I learn to be still? How do I stop being hypervigilant? How do I stop overthinking? How do I meditate when everything in my mind and body wants to run around all over the place? Patternscapes are my answers to these questions inside of this box. You are layered and you are deep. Getting to know yourself is an art form. Patternscapes show you exactly how to spend 1 to 5 minutes getting to know you. Not the surface you, the deeper you. Modern life asks our bodies to do things we were never designed for. Constant rushing, constant noise, constant pressure to optimize and do more. No wonder our nervous systems are exhausted. The Patternscapes Wellness Deck is a tool I created to help you practice what I call emotional strength training, the art of slowing down long enough to feel what's happening inside you. If you're tired of living on emotional fumes, if you're looking for a holiday gift, visit getpatternscapes.com and pick up your deck and use code Black Friday. It's our first Black Friday sale, y'all, to save 50%. Pick up one for you, pick up one for someone you love. Use code Black Friday to get 50% off of Patternscapes for our biggest sale ever. Getpatternscapes.com, code Black Friday to save 50% now. Openness when dealing with people, maybe an inclusivity is part of feeling and being confident. Leaning in to talk or listen. Increased physical contact. When we're vibing with somebody and they're confident, we might reach out and touch them on the arm. We might lean in and offer a hug as we leave. At least Southerners do that. You might run your hands through your hair, flip the hair back. You might assume poses that draw attention to your best attribute. All of us have that thing, whether we're willing to admit it or not. Whether it's our hair, our shapeliness, maybe our muscles, maybe the way we walk and strut, and we know how to show that off. And I think every single human being has that little special magic, special human sauce that they get to just kind of show off. Leading rather than following. That's interesting to think about in HSP community. I'm of the opinion many of you are what I call reluctant leaders. Got all the great attributes of a wonderful leader, but you're a little sheepish about it. We're not the people that typically elbow into the room and take up space. We like to hang back, observe, and maybe pitch in some ideas, see how they're received. But we don't much like taking the leadership position. But we also are at risk of being complainers if we don't take the leadership position because we don't like how things are being run. So here are some internal sensation. Those were all physical, external signs that we can see and experience, either in ourselves or in someone else. What's it feel like to feel confident on the inside? Now, if you struggle with confidence, I want you to think about that before I go further. Really think with your mind and then let your body feel. What does it feel like to exude confidence? To live and act from a confident place inside of you. I find this to be true. The more confident I am when I'm leading a group, the less my muscles tense. So relaxed muscles. Easy breaths, right? We're not laborious in our breath like we've just, run up the hill. Our heart's not beating fast from anxiety. We have a lightness and ease, a flowiness in the chest. We're not tight. We're not constricted. We're open in our posturing. Mental responses, a sense of calm and ease. We're thinking and we're flowing when we're confident, but we're not hyper aware. We're just aware. We're not overthinking and obsessing. We're just easily thinking useful thoughts. A positive outlook. That's interesting, isn't it? That confidence goes with a positive outlook. Think about the most negative people, right? People who are negative, they are consistently negative. Many of us were raised in negative environments. If they were going to say a comment, it was going to be a negative comment. It's how a lot of adult humans relate to each other. Oh, how you doing? Oh, it's so bad and terrible, right? It's very interesting that it seems easier for us to connect over the crap than connect over what's light and buoyant. It's one of those paradoxes and dilemmas. And when we practice awakening, we try to leave that kind of complaining behind. That positive outlook really does become confidence. And maybe it's chicken or the egg. But we definitely want to play around with this confidence positive outlook thing, huh? See how we can support ourselves, scoot ourselves towards more confidence, more positivity, so that those can play off of one another and grow. Mental responses of a confident person, they're interested in whatever's going on. That is so interesting for me to read because there's somebody in my life that I have observed recently that intentionally takes himself out, intentionally acts disinterested in whatever's going on. And it's very interesting to look at that through the lens of that's not a confident person. But boy, can I see that in this moment. Because a confident person engages. Okay. Cues of acute or long-term confidence. Doing or saying things outside of the norm without anxiety or concern. As I got more confident in my life, I hit some seasons where it would freak me out that I would just answer something without overthinking and then have a moment of, oh my goodness, what did I just say? Because I just said that like I didn't have to think about it and think about it. And I had to learn over time that I could trust me, that I didn't have to think about something 5 zillion different ways in my head before I spoke. It wasn't worth all that energy. Just wasn't that risky. That comes from growing confidence. And as confidence goes up, guess what goes down? People pleasing and the drivers of that people pleasing. All right. Cues of acute or long-term confidence. Here's another. Obsessively talking about an achievement or material object. I think this can go on a continuum of sort of acute confidence to kind of obnoxious, and then confidence sort of falls off for me. It's in that obsessively word. So I'm going to modify this a little bit. It's more like proudly talking, like so overcome with confident exuberance that you can't help but share yourself. I find that adorable, inspiring, like a beautiful, grounded confidence. Here's another. Reacting with anger or jealousy if one's reputation is damaged. I don't know if that's confident or not. I wouldn't put that as confident. I wonder what y'all think. Come let me know on the Patreon. Do you think reacting with anger or jealousy if one's reputation is damaged or impugned? Am I saying that right? I think it's more like allowing, like the Mel Robbins let them theory. That confidence really shows when you allow people to think whatever they're going to think about you. Doesn't mean it doesn't upset you. Okay, that's what I can get behind. That there's an anger that you are perceived wrongly. And I think in awakening work, we work to let go, and not let go with a middle finger, but let go with light and love. People get to think about me whatever they think, and that's their business. And that's a lighter, more confident way of being to me. Confidence may escalate to Just take that in for a minute. Confidence can escalate into other emotions. Satisfaction, smugness, right? That's where the ego starts to really attach and the ego's head gets fat and big, too much. And it can even escalate to contempt. Every single thing is a continuum, y'all. And we want to stay grounded, reasonable, humble. Even if the good things get too much, we'll overdo it. It'll backfire. The smugness and the contempt is a backfiring of overconfidence. Here are some cues of suppressed confidence. You're minimizing compliments. Ooh, what a sad thing that you would feel a desire to compliment someone or something, and a lack of confidence could make one hold on to that and not share it, not connect with it, not offer it. Modesty. Wow, this could open up some discussion, huh? I could see how if I was writing a character in a story, an over modesty might even be like a fear of showing oneself. But also, I've seen people who dress very modestly who I think exude maximum beautiful confidence, that they don't have to show skin to feel womanly or beautiful or sexy even. I find that to be incredibly confident. Changing the topic to bring others into the spotlight. Oh, I can admit I've done this in suppressed confidence moments, especially in the early years of the show. If someone complimented me about the show or wanted to talk to me about it that I knew personally, I would like steer the light away. Like, I'm not comfortable talking about this because I didn't grow up with a lot of spotlight on me. So if the spotlight turns and it's like, oh, this is something amazing and great Nikki's done. Yay, tell us about it. Those muscles were atrophied in me. I've had to build those up over the years. Today, I can answer those questions. And I don't have to change the topic to hide. So there's a growing confidence. Here's another cue of suppressed confidence. Downplaying one's own comfort level to make others feel better. Do y'all hear the codependency? The people pleasing? You don't have to downplay your own comfort level, highly sensitive people, to make others feel better. And asking for opinions or advice. I think this can be done in a very confident way or a suppressed confidence way. If you're asking because you don't trust yourself and you need somebody else to give you the answers, not confident. If you have a confidence in trusting your gut and gathering information and opinions from people you respect, I think the asking for opinions or advice can be quite powerful. And I think the most successful people in the world in terms of business and finance and investment, I think they often are talking in their circles and asking for opinions or advice. It'd be interesting to think about that in terms of sensitivity. And maybe can we open up to receiving more of what will help us grow into confidence emotionally so that we can invest in ourselves, our families, our loved ones confidently. The writer's tip in the Emotion Thesaurus that completes this confidence exploration says, it is natural to hold back or hide our true scope of emotions in the presence of others. When writing a conflicted protagonist, it is critical to show through action the emotion the character wants to convey to others while also expressing their true feelings to the reader. Conflicted protagonist. I think a lot of highly sensitive people could describe themselves as a conflicted protagonist in their own story. All right, y'all, come hang out at patreon.com/emotionalbadass to come support the show, to come enjoy commercial-free episodes, to participate in the live stream Q&As. The next one in November is about grieving what we lost in a dysfunctional childhood. It's going to be a very expansive experience. I hope to see you there live, or you can watch it at your own convenience because it'll be archived there for you, just like all of the other topics. We are getting close in the Patreon to putting out surveys so that we can collect what you guys want me to explore in the live stream Q&As that happen once a month all through 2026. So if you're interested in throwing your idea into the ring, into the hat, please come. I'm also going to ask some survey questions in our Patreon about how we might structure an upcoming book club. So if you want to help with that, again, come hang out, come be part of the community at patreon.com/emotionalbadass. And get your shout out right here on the big public episode that goes out all over the world. I want to thank Christina and Lydia, Jean, Kim, Marla Dean. What a cool name. Love it, Marla Dean. Thank you. Thank you. Tawny, I love unusual names, y'all. Humanity 1.0, love it. You can hear, you don't have to give me your real name. Misty, Claudette, Lydia, Samantha, Jessica, and Yanni Ari. Light and love, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Let yourself act as if with more confidence, just as a little experiment, and come tell me on the Patreon how that experiment is working out for you. Light and love. I'm an emotional badass. You are an emotional badass. And together we are where Moxie meets mindful. Till next time, be confident. Bye-bye.